Alright, subpart F, joining of the material other than welding. Scope of the scope part describe the minimum requirement of the joining material of the pipeline other than welding. Subpart does not apply to the joining during the manufacture pipeline components. Generally, the pipeline must be designed and shelved each component which will sustain. Longitudinal will pull out when the thrust of the fourth of the contraction and expansion of the pipe with the anticipated external and internal loading. Each of the joint must be made in accordance with the written procedure that have been improved with the test of the experience to produce the strong gas type point joint. Each joint must be inspected to ensure the compliance with this subpart. In 192.275, the cast iron pipe with each cock bell with a spigot joint within the cast iron pipe must be sealed with a mechanical leak clamps. Each mechanical joint in the class as iron pipe must have the gasket made with a resilient material with the sealing. The medium each of the gasket must be sealed with the confined retaining under the pressure and compression of the separated gland of the follower ring. Cast iron pipe may not be joined with the threaded joints. Cast iron pipe may not be joined by brazing. 192.277, the ductile iron pipe. Ductile iron pipe may not be joined by the threaded points. Ductile iron pipe may not be joined by brazing. 192.279, copper pipe may not be threaded. Expect the copper pipe used in joining screw fitting of the valve of the threaded in the wall thickness is equivalent to the comparable side of the Schedule 40 heavy wall pipe listed in Table C1 of the ASME ANSI B16.5. 192.281, plastic pipe. General plastic pipe joined with a joint solvent cement adhesive of the heat fusion may not be distributed until it has been properly shoved. The plastic pipe may not be joined with the threaded joint and mirror joint with solvent cement joints. Each solvent cement joint on the plastic pipe must be complied with the following. The matting on the surface of the joint must be clean and dry with the free material might be detached from the joint. The solvent cement must be conform with the ACM D 251399. The joint may not be heated and accelerate with the seating of the setting of the cement. Heat fusion joints. Each heat fusion joint on the plastic pipe must comply with the following. A butt heat fusion joint must be joined. The device hold a heater element square of the end of the pipe. The compare of the heat ends of it together holds the pipe in the proper alignment with the plastic cartons. A socket of the heat fusion must be joined with the device to heat the pipe manner mating surface with the joint uniformly simultaneously, essentially with the temperature. Electrical fusion joint must be joined utilizing equipment technique for the manufacturer equipment. The technique shown with the testing joint the requirements of 192.283A13 with the less equivalent to those of the manufacturer. Heat may not be applied to with a torch or other open flame. Adhesive joints. Each adhesive joint in a plastic pipe must comply with the following. Adhesive must conform with the ACM D2517. The materials of the adhesive may be compatible with each other. Mechanical joints and compression with the mechanical joint of the plastic pipe must comply with the following. Gasket material of the coupling must be compatible with the plastic. Rigid internal tubular shifter with a split tubular shifter must be in conjunction with the coupling. 192.283, plastic pipe qualifying joining procedures. Heat fusion solvent cement adhesive joints before a written procedure. This happens under 192.273B is used in making plastic pipe joined by heat fusion solvent cement adhesive. The method of the procedure must be qualified and subject to the suspension joint must be according to the procedure of the following test. The burst requirements of the case of the thermoplastic paragraph 6.6 and 6.7. Sustained pressure minimum hydrostatic test for ASTM D251399. Plastic material other than polyethanol ASTM D251309A incorporated with the reference 1927 with the polyethanol plastic material. Then case of the thermostatic plastic pipe paragraph 8.5 the minimum hydrostatic reverse pressure of the paragraph 8.9 sustained static pressure of the ASTM D2517. In the case of the electrical fusion fitting in the pipeline polyethanol pipe with the tube within paragraph 9.1 minimum hydraulic burst pressure test. Paragraph 9.2 sustained pressure test. Paragraph 9.3 tensile strength test. Paragraph 9.4 joint integral test. ASTM 501505105 incorporated the reference 1927 for the procedure for the intent of the lateral pipe connection subject with the section joint made with the pipe with the section joint the writings according to the procedure with the fourth of the lateral pipe until the failure occurs. And the specimen, if the failure and initiate the outside of the joint area, the procedure qualifies for use. For the procedure intent for the non-lateral pipe connection, the following tensile test requirements ASTM D63.8 incorporated the reference 1927. And with except for the test may be conducted with the aim at temperature of the humidity if the specimen elongates less than 25% of the failure initiates outside of the joint area, the procedure qualifies use for use. Mechanical joints before writing the procedure established under 192.273B with the U for the mechanical plastic pipe joint for the U with the design withstand tensile forces for procedure that must be qualified as subject with the pipe specimen joint for the according with the temperature with the following tensile test. Use the parameter of the test specified in ASTM D638. The specimen must be such for the length of the distance between the grip of the upper of the end of the sifter does not affect the joint strength. The speed of the testing is 2/10 of an inch per minute, plus the minus 25% pipe specimen less than 4 inches in diameter qualified in pipe yield with the elongation of no less than 25% of the failure initiate the outside of the joint area. Pipe specimens of 4 inches the larger diameter should be pulled under the pipe and subjected to tensile stress equal to greater than the maximum thermal stress that may be produced with a temperature change of 100 degrees Fahrenheit until the pipe is pulled from the fitting of the pipe holes for the fitting of the lowest value of the 5 test result of the manufacturer rating whichever the lower must be used the design calculation for the stress. Each specimen of the fail of the grip must be retested to leave the new pipe result obtained with the pertaining only to the specific outside diameter of the material of the pipe of the test, except for the testing heavier wall pipe may be used in qualifying the same pipe the same material but lesser wall thickness. A copy of each written procedure that being used in joining plastic pipe must be available to the person making the inspection. Joints pipe fittings manufactured before July 1st, 1980 may be used in accordance with the procedure that manufacturer certifies to reduce the joint is strongest pipe. Strongest pipe. 192.285 plastic pipe qualifying persons. To make joints, a new person make plastic pipe joints and left of the person have then the no person may make a plastic pipe joint and left of the person have been qualified under the applicable joining procedure. The appropriate training with the experience with the pressure makes the specimen joint from the pipe of the section joint according to the procedure that is passed with the inspection testing. So forth the paragraph B of the section specimen joint must be visually inspected during the before and after spam. Somebody with the joint found with the same appearance and as the joint photograph is the joint except for the under the procedure in case of the heating fusion of the solvent and cement in the adhesive joint test under any more of the test method that listed under paragraph 1 statute 192.283a applicable to the type of the joint material being test examined with the ultrasonic inspection found with no containing flaw would cover the failure. 3 cut into at least 3 longitudinal straps each of the way it was used each of which is visually examined the found to contain the voids of the discontinuity curves surface of the jointed area to form with the torque of the impact of the failure curve that it must be initiated in the joint area. A person must be requalified under the applicable requirements once each calendar year at the intervals exceeding 15 months for the after producing joint is found on cyclical testing 192.513. Each operator shall establish the method of determining each of the person making the joints and plastic pipelines operator system qualified in accordance with this section. 192.287 plastic pipe inspection joints. No person may carry out the inspection of the joints of plastic pipe required stated by statute 192.273c, 192.285b, unless that the person have been qualified as an appropriate training with experience with evaluating the acceptable plastic pipe joints made under the applicable joining pressure. Subpart G, general construction requirements of transmission lines mains.